My first experience of India last year was coming to play at Jamshedpur at the Furnace, and I was told beforehand that obviously the club had the best facilities in India, the ISL and the whole of India, and I wasn't disappointed. It was outstanding. The playing surface was magnificent. The vocal support from the fans, how colourful they were, how vocal, get behind their team, and I was really impressed with the facilities, the stadium, the training ground, and that played a huge part in the decision to come on board, because I'm excited at the opportunity to work with young players and develop young players. Everything that Jamshedpur FC stand for. Yeah, it's a great question. It's a very well thought out question, because there's a lot of merit in that, because physically and mentally it's, we're going to have to be ready for it. It's going to be a different challenge, absolutely. But that's where, if we go back to the first question, the planning comes into place. So obviously coming in now, between now and when we meet up as a group, we will make sure that the players, in terms of their physical activities and the mentality that goes with it, that we all get on the same page. And it's going to be a different set of circumstances, but equally it's going to be a level playing field, because everybody's in the same place, and we all play the same amount of games. What we have to do, because the margins in the ISL I found last year are very fine. Between top four and not being top four, the margins are fine. So we have to make sure that we come out on the right side of those margins. But what we will, as I said before, we will get this group together, a group that want to come and work hard, play to the maximum, but enjoy the football, being very privileged to be part of a great club. So when we put it all together, obviously, again, we'll be looking to sign new players, as we're looking to do, and there'll be some exciting players coming to the football club to enhance the team and to give us a chance of winning football matches on the park. So, some wonderful teams, some wonderful coaches, great players. That's why the ISL improves every year. The product's getting better, the brand's getting better, but we want to try to get to the pinnacle of that. The only way we do that, as I said before, is by putting that team in the park that can win games, but equally play with a smile on our face. We are so fortunate, so privileged, so blessed to have a career in football. We have to make sure that we maximise that opportunity. It's a great question, and the answer to that is we're looking at all areas, I have to say. Obviously, the most important thing always in football to win matches is to score goals. So there's no doubt I'll be in the market for a top scorer, a top striker, and we're working very hard to secure that. And Mukul and Prashant, with the backing of the chairman and everybody, everybody's working so hard, and I would say we're very close to a very exciting signing in that department. And of course I will look, if you see how my team plays, we're a football playing team. We like to pass and move the ball. We play with high energy, exciting. So both from a foreign perspective and the domestic level, we will look to sign exciting players that can already add to the quality of players that we have there. When you look at, Davy Grandi's already there with Aitor Monroy, two very, very good players. Then you look at, young Narendra, Galore, could go through the squad, Amarjeet. We have some fantastic young talented players. So the key is always like a jigsaw to put the pieces together. But I have many targets in mind. It would be remiss of me to tell you publicly who they are in case somebody else needs to try to get them from me. But we will pursue our targets with real vigour and look to bring them to an exciting football club that Jamshedpur FC is. Yeah, I've got to say I'm really excited. I really am excited to work with the Indian players. I found from my experience last year, the players are very willing, they're receptive, they're honest, they're hardworking, they have a real desire. Every characteristic I would look for in a player, the Indian players I found last year have it. What they need is the platform to play. They need the belief, the trust of the coach, and I've shown that I'm prepared to do that. There was 3 or 4 boys last year that weren't even in the Chennai team when I came in. And I said to them, listen, if you train hard enough, you work hard enough, you will get the opportunity. And those boys excelled last year. Some wonderful players at, a very good club. And that's what, as I say, that's what I'm excited about working with. The foreign players, we know they'll be good players we'll bring in, but the development of Indian players, I think that's paramount. Before you're a head coach, you're a coach. You want to develop young players, you want to play a small part in helping them to go into a great career. And I've got to say, I'm really excited to work with the Indian players. And I know from speaking with Mukul, with Prashant, with everybody at the club, that they have a great attitude, they have a great desire. They're at a wonderful football club. Now the opportunity will be there for them to go and excel and show, and this is really important, that they want to show they want to be a part of Jamshedpur FC. If they do, then they'll do very, very well.
So we are not very sure, JSG, but the thing is, one is the squad will be announced as we go along. We've done a lot of groundwork in the last 2.5 months, and you will come to know of it in another week or week 10 days. There will be lots of announcements that we will be making as we go along. So that's one. Coming to the pre-season's venue, one is not very sure. What happens is, if you have the quarantine norms the way they are right now, if I move to any other state, I have to be quarantined for 14 days. If that work goes on that way, it will be a big trouble, because in pre-seasons you actually get in shape for your game, and you can't get in shape, say, about if those norms don't change, and I can't afford to be in Jamshedpur, make my preparations and then move to venue and be quarantined for 14 days. Then I've undone whatever I've done for last 5 weeks, because then I'm again back to zero or even worse. So that will not work. So we'll have to take a call, very informed call, basis how rules and regulations and policies are at that point of time. But the way I see it today, maybe one will have to do it at the venue where the matches are going to be held. So you do go be there in quarantine and then start your work. And when you start your work, get into the games directly. I think that would be the best way to go about it. I think one will second me for that.